Hello, truth seekers. Lawrence here, and welcome to Easy Enlightenment. So, today I want to talk a little bit about meditation. The reason to talk about on this topic is because not to get stuck in meditation, um, especially when we are in line with the meditation. We tend to stuck in the technical side of the meditation. No doubt, the technical side of the meditation definitely help us to anchor. You know, we are not distracted that much from through the practice. It helps us to cut down the distraction of the mind. The ripples of the mind starts to settle, so we are aligned with the simplest mind, and that is what is needed in the practical world when we are associating with the people. Uh, we can see the change happening in our lives. We are more clear, we are more anchored, we are making things happening, we are in the flow, right? Meditation can give you that. Any meditation practice can help you anchor. However, that's not the goal. That's not just the goal of the meditation. The real goal of the meditation is to being free within. It's about dissolving the ego self. It's about seeing the plain sight truth within. And when we see it, then we can be really free inside, and also helps us how to participate in the world, in a non-conflicting approach. So, you know, again, meditation definitely helps, and you have seen the change. But also, if you don't remember the real purpose of the meditation, it's easy to numb ourselves with the technical side of the practice, and the world is full of that stuff. You have probably experienced wherever you go. Every teacher who is associated with spirituality gives you a different approach, uh, referencing that it is the way to freedom. And again, yes, definitely, it helps again. But if you just in line with the technical side, that technical side gives you a lot of experience, and that experience itself will make us get lost in the experience, you know um, and that's the way to numb ourselves in meditation. The meditation real the journey of the meditation is, not real, but the purpose of the meditation is to anchor ourselves in the body and in the mind, anchoring the awareness in us. And after that, what we need to do is using the awareness in us to dismantle the mind. Until we start dismantling the mind, the real journey of the meditation, is not hasn't begun. So once you settle, right, you have to be part of the dismantling work. You have to be part of the subtracting work of the mind. And that's the way to figure out the root cause of any issue in our lives. And from that backward journey, dismantling or subtracting journey helps us to see the root cause of the suffering, root cause of our, fearful life. And that root itself is our preference. Root cause is our cherished belief. And that root has to be eliminated all the way until nothing is left. And that's the way to go to the egolessness state of who we are. So right now, if the meditation is making you numb, making you stuck, is because we are moving in a superficial way. And that approach itself has become the preference. To be part of the meditation, to be free, that's the idea. but that preference is only leading you to certain extent. We are not able to let go the technical side of the meditation. Meditation is also preference now. you know Notice, if you have been part of meditation, and if you have seen a lot of good result from the meditation, you always wake up and do meditation. The first thing you do is sit down and anchor. And that has become the preference, because you already know that meditation can help you in a relative world. And again, because of that experience, you are keep doing the meditation. But if you really ask yourself, you know am I able to dissolve my inner conflict and fear for good, not just uh, temporary fear? Even you are able to resolve certain fear, conflict in your life through meditation, there's always another fear waiting for you, another conflict waiting for you, because you have to involve in the world. And when you involve in the world, you basically involve with the other mind. And when you are communicating with another mind, that mind holds a different preference, you hold a different preference. And when the preference is differ, then the clash is there, the friction builds up. So there's always conflict and fear waiting for you. So that means the meditation has not worked, isn't it? Because you are in that roller coaster. You are in that hamster in the wheel process. And when we see that, then it's the way to really think, what's wrong in my meditation, and how can I use in a way that I can really liberate myself from the inner conflict and fear, from that mind game. We have to reorient ourselves. We have to bring ourselves together to be part of the real process. So you know how much is working. Definitely, no doubt, it helps to a certain extent, but don't just stop in the superficial side of the meditation. You have to be part of the inquiry practice. Even you can ask yourself to make an inquiry journey. You ask yourself today, why do I sit in the meditation? What's the purpose of my meditation practice? So this way you can really see, you can really really create the inward journey by asking something on what you are associated with. A meditation is ingrained in you now. You cannot live without it. You have the routine every day, even a couple of times a day. You sit in the meditation. Why am I associated with meditation? Why this is important to me? And don't stop, with a good reason behind your practice. That reasoning itself is the mind, the belief, the ingrained preference. That has become the ingrained preference, the positive aspect, the meaning. You have to go beyond the meaning, and going beyond the meaning is, dismantling the root, the meaning, the great meaning you have for the meditation practice or any other practice is the preference, is the cherished, preference, belief. You have to uproot that by tracing that belief backward on, why do you maintain the belief? Why do you maintain that preference? Why? The why is going to help you see the, basically fear. A fear of something. You figure out what's the fear. And now the journey can really begin when you see the fear in your life. If you don't see the fear, that means we are distracted with all the, stuff that the world provides us. So once you see the fear, you dismantle the fear by tracing the fear back. Where is this fear coming from? Or why do I experience the fear? There's a reason for it. And, again, the spiritual freedom is about, letting go of the fear as well. The letting go of the fear is dismantling the fear to its root. So the process to wake up is, doing the math on the mind. It's about subtracting, or another word is dismantling or deconstructing the mind to its root, and deconstructing the root all the way until there's nothing more left to deconstruct. And that point, when you ask yourself, who am I? Then boom, that's where your mind gives up. To give up that, you really have to be thorough in deconstructing the mind. If you're not thorough, if you're biased, holding on to the layers, and that itself is a failure, because all mind must go, all ego must go, all preference must go, all belief must go. Basically, there are the different names for the same thing, the ego self. Ego self must dissolve. Anyway, the purpose of the meditation is not just able to be part of the practical world, support from the meditation to be part of the practical world, but it's also, the real purpose is about being free within. And if that is not happening, think for yourself, make it right in your meditation practice, and set yourself free. And that's the goal of spiritual freedom, spiritual enlightenment. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. Hope you're enjoying the tracing back work. I'll see you in the next video. Take care for now. Bye.